Do-Rag Wisdom here, ladies and gentlemen and friends, and welcome to Earth Date Y2K 19.05.15. In this tragic, cold U.S. Civil War, our Trumpist enemies want to hurt us. I have not deluded myself, ladies and gentlemen. We are at war now. A cold war, a cold civil war. And it's not something I'm saying just with words. It's a whole mentality that I have right now. It's sad, but that's what it is. We haven't started killing each other yet, thank the goddess, because that would be when the war gets hot. But if the Trumpists continue their assaults on our way of life, setting up cruelly draconian legislation designed to destroy people's pursuit of their happiness, that tragic hot war will come sooner than we think. Will it be 1 tweet, 2 tweets, 3 tweets, 4 tweets, 5 tweets? That creep shouldn't be allowed. No politically connected creep that runs things should be allowed to use Twitter. If you don't think the Civil War has already started, I mean the cold Civil War, the other side is kind of making it kind of warm, because they've already started violently hurting us. Check out the Nazis who came to Charlottesville, where people were hurt and one murdered. Heather Heyer. Check out all the shootings by white supremacist terrorists that we've been dealing with. Traitor Trump did not stop the carnage. He has exacerbated it. Whether we accept it or not, this is a cold civil war. And it's time for us, on our side, the liberal side, the humane side, the so-called sane side, to fire some symbolic shots as well, or else fall prey to totalitarian religious extremism and vulture capitalism. And remember, I'm a socio-capitalist, but I don't like vulture capitalism. I am tired of being nice. I am tired of being fair. I'm tired of hearing the Democratic Party say, well, we may, we may. I know if these creep Trumpist Republicans were in charge, they'd already be impeaching the Democrat in the White House if there was one. I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of being fair. Because what is happening is beyond the pale. And if we don't stop it now, we're going to lose our country. We're going to lose our country. Our Trumpist enemies make no pretensions about their aims. They want something, and they go after it. They pursue it with all the aggression that they possibly can. They care nothing for our laws, and in the end, our protections will fade. This creep, this son of a bitch in our White House, if we allow him, he's going to irrevocably change this entire country in the way it is. Are we going to allow this dirty, filthy slime from the sewer gutter of somewhere in Queens to decide how our country's going to be in the future? Not me, goddess damn it! Not me! We have not been as active, except for that great act we performed the last voting day by throwing Trumpists out of the House majority. Now, we must follow up as our enemies have, because they are not going to stop. We are at war now, a cold civil war. They have taken over our Supreme Court, and many of our lower federal courts now have these right-wing extremist effers in there. They are playing with women's rights. They are playing with immigrant rights and the rights of free speech, the rights of free press. They are going after our law enforcement because they want their own thought police law enforcement that is only loyal to them. Presently, the Trumpist enemies, through their mustachio fascist warmonger Bolton, will get us into another war. Another freaking war. This time with Iran. Haven't we forgotten what the GOP did to us during the Y2K zeros? Did you lose your pension money? Did you lose your home? How many of our soldiers were murdered looking for weapons of mass destruction in Iraq where none existed? And now one of the architects of that war, the Bolton Dolt, is bound and determined to get us into another false war. I wish they would kick his mustachioed butt right to the front line. I want him right in the front line leading those troops. Let him get bombed or shot or whatever first before some innocent kid from some neighborhood gets it before him. How many will lose even more money as Trader Trump continues his trade war with China? The right-wing Trumpist fiends have been firing these symbolic shots during this cold civil war with impunity. And we must answer the same or lose. Because I'll be goddess damned, I'm not going to kowtow to the Trumpist rulers. I will not kowtow to these bastards, to these right-wing bastards, these religious extremist bastards. The Congress must punish the Trumpists with the full extent of their power. If you don't answer a subpoena, you go to jail. As simple as that. And they must begin impeachment proceedings against the Trumpist goon, whether it loses it in the Trumpist-controlled Senate or not. The Democrats must make a stand against this totalitarianism. And they must teach us, teach the people who don't know what's involved. Tell them that they're doing their duty by the Constitution to impeach. And they understand that the Senate is controlled by Trumpist, Putinist traitors. And that's the reality I'm dealing with. And the following states in our union, with apologies to anyone who doesn't like the idea that I'm boycotting these creeps, they have to get a message. If they go Trumpist, we take our tourist dollars elsewhere. We verbally shame these states every chance that we get. Make fun of them, whatever. They are traitors. These include Utah, North Dakota, South Dakota, Arkansas, Mississippi, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. I understand, again, that there are decent human beings everywhere, living everywhere, and even living in these states. I was born in Ohio. I have visited Florida. But they all have to stand up now, these nice people. They have to stand up now and not be silent. Just because Republicans won in your state through gerrymandering, voter suppression, and Citizen United does not mean you should not protest when they step over the line. How is anyone to know if your state is not part of the evil Trump empire if we don't see citizens acting against it? That in Alabama they should be coming out in full freaking force. North Dakota and South Dakota suppressed the voting of American Indians last election. Georgia, Ohio, Alabama are setting up a challenge to Roe v. Wade. Florida is trying to suppress the vote of ex-convict who recently won the right to vote during a referendum in the last election, and the Republicans in that state are trying to stop that down. Those totalitarian pieces of crap. Trumpist GOP slime will not have ex-convicts voting because they're going to vote against Republican slime balls. Also, the Trump governor of Florida is going to arm school teachers. The Mueller report should have charged the criminal creep Trump, but it did not. It left that up to us. And if you read that report, you will find plenty of hard evidence that Russian influenced our election for Trump, and that Trump and his crew encouraged it, and that the Trump goon tried to obstruct justice, Simply pick up the report and read it for yourself. You can. It's not written in legalistic language. I refuse to delude myself. Our sworn enemies are in charge of our federal government that they want to decimate. They want to destroy our federal government and everything with it. Everything! Everything with it! I will give them no quarter. And I will boycott every single state that goes the way of Trump and denies human dignity in our free country. Sooner or later, I am sad to say that I feel I'm going to have to arm myself. I never owned a firearm in my entire life. Once I owned one, however, I finally truly acknowledged just how far down the sewer we have gone.